Hi, welcome to another edition of Monday Magic Moments. Hope you're well. Got a little bit of lighting thing happening up here. Maybe it's the divine intervention. Who knows? Welcome. So, what are they thinking of? This is a really interesting topic. This is almost like trying to think about the mind reading of others in certain situations and examples. And a classic example of what specifically is it is you may be in a conversation, or you maybe have had conversation, or you've got an email and you're thinking, I wonder what they're thinking. Hmm. Well, it could be they could be thinking this, or they could be thinking that, or what really are they thinking? And what can happen is that we can work ourselves up so much that we get stuck on what the other person is thinking rather than looking at what is actually real. And so this is a great way to stop your uh, progress, stop you moving forward, because you get so hooked into what the other person may be thinking, or maybe what the other person is processing, or how they're going to respond. So I want to share with you an example, but also share what do we do around this, because it's so common. I'm seeing so often. Maybe it's a little bit of a projection, maybe not. But it's what can we do about it? And so this is where we can easily go down these rabbit holes and overthink things. And we get into our head so often, and we then it's so easy to get into overwhelm, and we actually then not progressing, not really moving forward, we're not taking action. So this is a problem, because what this allows you to do is nothing. It actually stops you from doing anything. And so, how do we change this? And there's a couple of different stages on how we change this. Firstly, we need to be with any change. We need to be aware that there's a problem, right? We need to be aware that we're going down these rabbit holes and we're overthinking things. Second thing is that we need to have willingness to change, right? It's all well and good to know, but the saying of knowing and not doing is two different. Is actually not knowing at all. So often you hear, oh, yeah, I know this and I know that, but what do you actually do about it? Do you actually take action? Do you actually do it? Or do you just keep on saying, I know about it? So knowing and doing are completely two different things. So we need to be aware. We need to be willing that we need to change it. And then thirdly, we need to have a strategy around how do we do that. So here's a strategy I want to share with you that really helps. Sometimes we get so stuck in our head, we get paralyzed from actually moving forward, or taking any action. So the ability to actually catch yourself and actually say the words out loud, stop, helps to what we call break that pattern. It's what's called a pattern interrupt, because we're running a pattern in our mind of overthinking, 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 overthinking. It's like, could it be, could this, it could be that, it could be that. Like, stop. And so by saying stop, it actually short wires that loop that's going on in our heads. And the next is to take a deep breath. Because when we breathe, we actually start to control our emotional state and we get back into our body rather than staying in our head and having that loop. So breath regulates our emotions. Then the third thing is actually move, is then move out of where your current situation is. It could be around your desk, could be around the block, wherever that is. Because movement actually shift that emotional state, shift that state of thinking, and then allows you to think a bit differently. And then once you've done the stop, the breathe, and the movement, there's a couple of questions I want you to write down and I want you to think about. It's super important that you write this down so it gets it out of your head and you're not staying in your head once again and mulling over those thoughts. So the question is what do I know about this situation? What are the facts that do I know about this situation? And write a list of all those things. It could be a conversation that you had, could be an email or exchange, could be a problem that you're workshopping with whoever this might be. So what do you know? What do you need to know about this situation in order for you to make a decision, right? So what do you know and what do you need to know? And the third thing is, what questions do I need to ask to find out to make action, to move forward, to move this thing in the next steps? So it's what do I know? What do I need to know? And what do I need to ask to find out for more information? And the fourth one is the gold one is who do I need to ask, right? Not trying to make up stories in your head, but who do I need to ask? Because by going specifically to that person that you need to get that information off will allow you to actually take actions quicker and move whatever that conversation, that problem, that outcome is so much quicker. So the four questions is what do I know? What do I need to know? What do I need to ask to know? And then who do I need to know? So try that on, see how that goes for the week. have some play around with it. We did this example with a client just the other week. He was going round and round and round and round. I said, mate, just stop, right? Take a deep breath, go for a little walk, and go through these 4 questions. He went through those 4 questions, and boom, light bulb moment. He took action, massive result, because he was got so stuck in his head that when he actually wrote it down, it wasn't actually a big deal. He was just making it a big deal because he was trying to mind read what everyone else was thinking about. It's like, no, just get to the point, get these answers down, and watch what happens. So have a go, see what you think. Love to hear your feedback. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.